Yun, which is wine. La Yashal, which means to Israel. Shapar. I imagine in the room, start cleaning out the dome, which means stand, turn, face the east. You can say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abinau, Shemaya, Barashaya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakuska, Gabah, Ratzak, Hayah, Aisha, Baratza, Kawa, Hayah, Ashemaya, Islumina, Acham, Kaliwa, Salakina, Kowakina, Taslakina, Kowakina, Wala, Tabiyana. One side, a ball, I was shining, a yun, rod, kayak, a cup, malakwa, wa'awa, wa'fara, wa'ulumya, aman. The English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Prayer for the power. Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, Baruch Lefuna, Akah, Barba, Call Masalah, Call Marawa, Akah, Batahar, Amatas Right, Akah, Lahakim, Matthew, Akah, Al Rakawa, Batamala, Rashun, Hashem Yahushua, Wada Amara. The English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, please give us the power to heal, all manner of sickness, all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power to get some clean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh, thank you. So be it. Pray for the power structure. Rakta Yahweh, Why Yahweh, Why Mayakah, Why Lahai, Matazabi Al Wapihan, Al Wapi, Al Shrine, Al Kusiana, Akhayali, Wahafi, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, the what I'm. In the English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushua, and Michael, and the angels, remaining generally the general, captain, the officer, the trooper, and the assistant, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. The prayer for the prophesied curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teacher, the prince, the priest, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses, punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel. They refuse to give to the school. Force their rich to enter into that sanctuary. Send evils and curses, punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations. Their drug dealers, the courts, the prisons, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and arts, the Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, the gay, the lesbian, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street. Open up the internet and the airways, cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us. Bring swift destruction to all the evil that stand in the way, try to stop us, broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues. Cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahushua, Michael and Gabriel, come down to fly swords and punish all the evil that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you all. So be it. So on face the front. Yeshua, which means be seated. Right back here, rocking it out another week in the Sabbath service. We were not here last week because we were in Houston, Texas, observing the Lord's Passover with our family. With the entire nation. Where y'all supposed to be. So anybody who's tuning into this, I hope you were there. I hope you saw how glorious it was in person. There's nothing like that Passover. That Passover was amazing. Somebody said it was like a whole Black and Hispanic city, and that's what it felt like. That's right. It was the only thing wrong. We didn't have enough time. I didn't have enough time to spend with my family down there. Right. I mean, it was beautiful, and the footage, of course, is still coming out because we didn't get the live stream like normal because of the rain. But the footage is being edited and will be put out bit by bit. But we are going to jump back in where we left off 2 weeks ago in the book of Numbers. Let's see where we were. Number 16, and we're going to start at 38 in the Hebrew. Number 16 and verse 38. Af Machafwa Kachatayim Ka'Allah Banashafum Aishwa Thumb Acquire Pachim because of war, Salaki, because of Zapuya, Lamazbach, Haya, Aquariabu, Kunya Hawa, Kudashwa, Wayahawa, Wawath, Wabunya Sha'ala, verse 39, Wakwat, Izar, Hakahan, Af Machafwa, Hashaf Shah, Koryabwa, Hashirakum, Wayokwayum, Zapwaya, Amazbach, verse 40, Zakarwan, Labani Asha'ala, Ayin Shah, Ad, Bakurab, Ayash, Zarshah, Ba'al, Mazrad, Aharan, Ba'al, La Quatiyar, Barath, Bani Yahawa, Ba'al, Yahaya, Kakura, Wakadathwa, Kashar, Bar Yahawa, Bayad, Mashalwa, verse 41. But one would call like that, when Yasha'ala, the Mahrath, Al Masha, or Al Haran, the Amar, Athum, Hamthum, Ath'an Yahawah, verse 42, Wayahaya, Ba'ahol, Aida, Al Masha, or Al Haran, Waypunwa, Al Hol, Mo'ai, Wana, Kasawa, Ainan, Waira, Kabwa, Yehawa, verse 43. Al Masha, Waharan, Al Punya, Hol, Mo'ai, verse 44. Waybar, Yehawa, Al Masha, Wahamar. And we'll go back to English. 38, the censors of these sinners against their own souls, let them make broad plates for a covering of the altar, for they offered them before the Lord. Therefore they are hallowed, and they shall be a sign unto the children of Israel. So remember, to catch up, we started off 2 weeks ago in this chapter was Korah's rebellion, where Korah got 250 famous men in the congregation gathered themselves against Moses and Aaron to try and take over. And the Lord actually brought everybody together and told Moses and Aaron to get over here because the Lord was going to consume them in a minute. But Moses pleaded for mercy, because that's all throughout the scriptures. We plead for mercy for our people, even in their ignorance and their wickedness. And so Korah and his men ended up being swallowed up into a huge sinkhole, and the earth closed up on them. Then a fire came out from the Lord, consumed, well, that was Korah and his family. A fire came out from the Lord, consumed the 250 men that were with Korah. And this was all done in the sight of everyone to see as a warning to not be that stupid. The Lord kept on giving these signs all year after year, time after time, that he was with Moses. And so you came up against Moses, you're coming up against the Lord. That shouldn't be that hard to understand. Right? The Lord sets up men. This is not magic, right? You Christians love to talk about you're following the Lord, and the Lord tells you what to do. You believe in the Lord. Well, the Lord is not, you don't have God's phone number. So if you following the Lord, you have to be following men that the Lord has appointed and set up. This is not magic. This is real. People, the only reason, anytime somebody says they don't follow no man, they only follow the Lord, what they really mean is they only follow their own mind. That's just an excuse so that they can tell themselves what to do and they don't have to answer nobody. And that's what we see in the Christian church, and that's what we see in the so-called wide Israelite world, where everybody wants to, we're not going to set up some man and we all got to follow one man. That's Korah in them. They just wanted to follow themselves. They just wanted to be a leader. They just wanted to have power. And so the Lord wiped them out, just like the Lord wiped out Sakar, just like the Lord wiped out the candy cane niggas, just like the Lord wiped out everybody, little by little, in whatever time he decides fit. So this is a lesson. So now we're in verse 39. And Eleazar the priest took the brazen censers, wherewith they that were burnt had offered, and they that were made broad plates for a covering of the altar, to be a memorial unto the children of Israel, that no stranger which is not of the seed of Aaron come near to offer incense before the Lord, that he be not as Korah and his company, as the Lord said to him by the hand of Moses. Because that's what they had. The Lord had them bring their own incense so that he could burn them all up on the spot. Verse 41, but on the morrow, all the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, saying, ye have killed the people of the Lord. So now, even after they see God consume these people in a sinkhole, so now they okay, listen to what they're saying. They believe that what they saw happen, and they're mad about it. Now they're saying you killed the people of the Lord, but even though it was the Lord that did it for their rebellion, the people are now still murmuring. So this is chapter after chapter after chapter is our hard-headed people murmuring and murmuring right after they see miracle after miracle. They're still muttering about something. And if that don't tell you that this is our people, I don't know what does. You don't find no other people on the planet as stubborn and stiff-necked as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Nobody. Just like the scripture said, if the Lord brought this to anybody else, they would gladly receive it. That's why you got Filipinos over there trying to take the Lashwan Padaj and trying to save their Israelites. Because any other people, if you told them this, they would latch on to it. But our people hate us. They fight us. They battle us. They just want to have their own thing. And so that's what kept happening time after time. So now, right after they saw the Lord consume all these people, now they're already murmuring again. Verse 42, and it came to pass, when the congregation was gathered against Moses and against Aaron, that they looked toward the tabernacle of the congregation, and behold, the cloud covered, and the glory of the Lord appeared. And then the craziest part about all this is all these things keep happening visibly right in front of them. So now, as they're doing this, they see the cloud descend over the tabernacle. And this is crazy. You're watching a movie out in front of you, you still think you're in control. Verse 43. Moses and Aaron came before the tabernacle of the congregation, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, now we're going to jump back to the Hebrew. From verse 45. Harumra, Mathwak, Aida, Azaf, Wakala, Athum, Kargai, Wepol al Punyam, verse 46, Wayamor, Masha, Alahavan, Kwak, Af, Hamachta, Wathan, Alia, Ashma'al, Hamazbach, Washion, Klarath, Wahalat, Mara, Al-Aida, Wakapar, Alhum, Kayad, Yatzar, Makwadzat, Mapunya, Yahweh, Pachol, Hanagat, 47, Wakwach, Aharan, Tashar, the Bar Masha, Wayratza, Al-Tawat, Hakohol, Wahna, Pahol, Hanagat, Wa'ain, Waythun, Af, Makwarath, Wakapar, Al-Ha'an, verse 48, Wa'aimad, Wayan, Hamathium, Obayan, Hachayam, with the Idzar, Malakah, verse 49, Wa'ahaywa, Hamathium, Malakah, Arbaya, Aishar, Allah, Washabai, Mawath, Moabad, Hamathium, Al-Dabar, Korah, verse 50, Washad, Aharon, Al-Mashah, Al-Pathach, Ahol, Mo'ad, Wahamalapah, Ba'aitzarah, chapter 17, verse 1, Wadabar, Yahweh, Al-Mashah, Wa'amar, and back to the English, verse 45. Get you up from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment, as in a moment. And they fell upon their faces. So guess what? We just saw this one chapter ago. And shout out to everybody in the chat. Everybody, we just saw this one chapter ago where the Lord said, get away from them so I can just consume them with fire on the spot. And that wasn't the first time it happened. The Lord keeps getting tired of these. The Lord keeps getting tired of this people. He keeps wanting to wipe the entire nation out on the spot. Because he's looking down like, I just brought y'all up out of slavery with miracle after miracle. And you can't stop complaining? And you can't stop fighting back against me already? Brought you out of slavery with a whole series of miracles, and then what? They made a calf to worship it. They started murmuring, they started complaining. They said they want to go back to Egypt because they had better food. They said they didn't like that Moses had all the power. I can't imagine, I don't even know the timeline, but it must have seemed like every day it's a new complaint. And so now this is almost like back-to-back days, and the Lord just said, Moses, just get away from them so I can just wipe them out. And they fell on their faces. Because Moses, every time the Lord said this, Moses pleaded for mercy for his people. And that is the spirit that we're supposed to be. That's the right biblical, scriptural spirit to have when you see our people going off. Is pleading that the Lord may have mercy. I say this, I've been saying this over and over for the last few weeks. If you see these fake Israelite groups out there talking about you 2/3 niggas, you 2/3, I can't wait till the Most High take out you 2/3. Man, when we get our spiritual power, we jump right over the white man and get to you 2/3 niggas. That's crazy. These people have a trauma. They don't have the spirit. They got trauma. Right. These are just niggas talking S. These are not men of the Lord to follow, because that's not a spirit that you find in the scriptures. Anyway, when the people was going off, when the Lord wanted to take them out, Moses pleaded for mercy over and over. But even before Moses, when the Lord wanted to wipe out Sodom and Gomorrah, Abraham was pleading for Lot. You go all through the scriptures, all the way down to Paul, saying, "I would that I were cursed for my people." All the prophets were always pleading for mercy. That's the spirit to have. Right. Verse 46, and Moses said unto Aaron, take a censer and put fire therein from off the altar, and put on incense, and go quickly unto the congregation, and make an atonement for them. For there is wrath going out from the Lord, the plague is begun. And Aaron took as Moses commanded, and ran into the midst of the congregation. And behold, the plague was begun among the people. And he put on incense and made an atonement for the people. And he stood between the dead and the living, and the plague was stayed. Now they that died in the plague were 14,700. Besides them that died about the matter of Korah. So this is after that. This is the Lord wiped out 14,700 Israelites with a plague on the spot because he was tired of hearing their complaining and whining. Verse 50, Aaron returned unto Moses unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the plague was stayed. And so it's only Aaron and Moses pleading to the Most High to stop it from being more than that. Chapter 17, verse 1, the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, now we're going to jump back to the Hebrew for verse 2. While Bunyash al Kwach, my thumb Mata, Babayath, Abma'ath, Call Nashahum, Babayath, Abthum, Shemium, Ashar, Marwath, Ayash, Ashamwa, the Dakathab, Al Matawa, verse 3, Wa'ath Shama Harun, Dakathab, Al Matah, Wa'ya, Kaya Matah Achad, Ra'ash Bayath, Abuthum, verse 4, Wa'anachathum, Bahal, Mo'ai, Lapunya, Iwath, Shar, Oai, Lakum, Shema, verse 5, Wahaya, Hayash, Shashar, Alchar, Bawa, Matawa, Yaparach, Washikathia, Alia, Ath, Lunawath, Ben Yasha'ala, Ashar, Hum, Malayanum, Alithum, verse 6, Waidabar Masha, Albania Sha'ala, Waithunwa, Aliwa, called Nasha Ayam, Bata, Nasha Achad Mata, Nasha Achad Abayath, Alithum, Shaniam, Mashar, Mawath, Mata, Abaran, Bathwat, Maruthum, verse 7, Wenach, Mashar, Ach, Hamatach, Wapanya Howard, Wahol, Haida, verse 8, Wahaya, Munkarath, Wabaa, Masha, Awahol, Aiwath, Wana, Parach, Mata, Ran, Wabayath, Waya, Wayatazar, Parach, Wayatazatza, Faziyatza, Wagamal, Shadium, and back to the English. In verse 2, speak unto the children of Israel, and take of every one of them a rod, according to the house of their fathers, of all their princes, according to the house of their fathers, 12 rods. Write thou every man's name upon his rod. And thou shalt write Aaron's name upon the rod of Levi, for one rod shall be for the head of the house of their fathers. And thou shalt lay them up in the tabernacle of the congregation before the testimony, where I will meet. And it shall come to pass that the man's rod whom I shall choose shall blossom, and I will make to cease from me the murmurings of the children of Israel, whereby they murmur against you. And Moses spake unto the children of Israel, and every one of their princes gave him a rod apiece, for each prince one, according to their fathers' houses, even 12 rods, and the rod of Aaron was among their rods. And so the Lord is about to make another display, an overt display, something that will shock an ordinary person. It cannot be a coincidence. He keeps doing these signs and wonders to show who he's with, to show the people unmistakably who he's with. And the people that's arguing against Moses and Aaron are getting swallowed up in sinkholes, burned with fire, and consumed with plagues. And Moses and Aaron keep having all their miracles happening, all their little signs happening. And at this point, if you don't see that, you're not trying to see it. So we're going to jump back to the Hebrew from verse 9. So I'm not done with English. Verse 6. And Moses spake unto the children of Israel, and every one of their princes gave him a rod apiece, for each prince one, according to their father's houses, even 12 rods, and the rod of Aaron was among the rods. And Moses laid up the rods before the Lord in the tabernacle of witness. This is for clarity, that word, the word, because we keep hearing that word princes. That word in the Hebrew is nasha'ah. That basically means a leader. So that can translate to the way we use captains. It can translate in different ways like that. But think, when you hear that word prince, think leader. It's not like prince like we think a king's son, like the way that we think in English. This means these are leaders among the people. Verse 7, Moses laid up the rods before the Lord in the tabernacle of witness. And it came to pass that on the morrow Moses went into the tabernacle of witness, and behold, the rod of Aaron for the house of Levi was budded and brought forth buds and bloomed blossoms and yielded almonds. So this staff that he was walking with, just an ordinary staff, now all of a sudden that's become a tree. And there's leaves and almonds and blossoms. And everybody else staffs are still just ordinary, regular staffs. So back to the Hebrew from verse 9. V'azah masha akal hamatah u'apanya Yahweh akal mani asha'ala v'yala'awa v'echachwa ayash matzawa. Verse 10. V'yamar Yahweh al masha shab matah aharon v'apanya Iwath v'mashmarath Wath v'apanya Maria Wachakal Nathan, Alia, Wala, Matwa, Aisha, Mashak, Shah, Tazawa, Hawa Atwa, Khan Aisha, verse 12. Marwa, Bani Asha'ala al Mashal, Mar. Go Anwa, Abadnua, Kalnua, Abadnua, verse 13. Call Hakurab, Al-Mashkan, Yahweh, Yawath, Ha'am, Manwa, Magawai, chapter 18, verse 1, where Amar, Yahweh, Al-Run, Athah, Wabanika, Yath, Abika, Athah, Ash'awa, Iwan, Hamakurash, Wa'athah, Wabanika, Athak, Ash'awa, Iwan, Kanathkum, verse 2, Wagamath, Achika, Matala, Shabbat, Abika, Akurab, Athak, Wayalwa, Alika, Sharathika, Wathah, Wabanika, Athak, Wapanya Hall, Ha'idaf. Come back to the English. Verse 9. And Moses brought out all the rods from before the Lord unto all the children of Israel. And they looked and took every man his rod. And the Lord said unto Moses, bring Aaron's rod again before the testimony to be kept for a token against the rebels, and thou shalt quite take away their murmurings from me, that they die not. And Moses did so, as the Lord commanded him, so did he. And the children of Israel spake unto Moses, saying, behold, we die, we perish, we all perish. Whosoever cometh anything near unto the tabernacle of the Lord shall die. Shall we be consumed with dying? And so now the people started to get the point. When he brought these rods out, and they looked, and they saw Aaron's rod turn into a whole tree, bearing fruit and almonds and everything. And the Lord said, keep it right in front of them, so they don't forget this. They don't forget who I'm with. Chapter 18, verse 1. And the Lord said unto Aaron, thou and thy sons and thy father's house with thee shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary, and thou and thy sons with thee shall bear the iniquity of your priesthood. And thy brethren also of the tribe of Levi, the tribe of thy father, bring thou with thee, that they may be joined unto thee, and minister unto thee. But thou and thy sons with thee shall minister before the tabernacle of witness. So now we're going to jump back to the Hebrew. In verse 3. Shemawa, Mashmarathka, Mashmarath, Kal, Ha'al, Al-Kalia, Hakadash, Al Hamazbach, Wa'a, Yakurabwa, Wa'a, Yamathwa, Gam Hum, Gam Thumb, 4. Wanawa, Alika, Mashmarwa, Mashmarath, Ahol, Mo'ai, call Ibadah Hahol Wazar, Yakurab, Alikum, verse 5, Mashmar Thumb, Ath, Mashmarath, Hakudash, Ath, Mashmarath, Hamazbach, Yahya, Awad, Fadzab, Al-Bani Yasha'ala, verse 6, Wa'anya, Hana, Lachafia, Achikum, Haloyim, Nathuak, Bani Yasha'ala, Lakum, Nathana, Nathaniel, La'ihawa, Ibad, Athabadah, Sahol, Mo'ai, verse 7, Watha, Banika, Athka, the Shemarwa, Ath, Kanafkum, Makal, the Bar, Mazbach, Bayath, Parkath, Baibadham, Ibadath, Mathna, Thun, Ath, Kanafkum, Hazar, Hakurab, Yalmath, verse 8, where the Bar Yahal Aharon, wa Anya Hadna, Nathafil, Laka, Ath, Mashmarath, Rath, Makal, Kordashia, Banya Yasha'ala, Laka, Nathafim, Mashachah, Banika, Lakwach, Aulam, verse 9, Zayahaya, Laka, Makodash, Akodasham, Man Ha'ash, Call, Korabundum, Makal, Machathum, Makal, Walakal, Hatzathum, Walakal, Hashimon, Ashar, Yashiabwa, Yah, Kodash, Kodashim, Makah, Ho'ah, Walabanika. Back to the English, verse 3. And they shall keep thy charge, and the charge of all the tabernacle. Only they shall not come nigh the vessels of the sanctuary and the altar, and neither they nor ye also die. And they shall be joined unto thee, and keep the charge of the tabernacle of the congregation, for all the service of the tabernacle, and strangers shall not come nigh unto you. And ye shall keep the charge of the sanctuary, and the charge of the altar, that there be no wrath any more upon the children of Israel. And I, behold, I have taken your brethren the Levites from among the children of Israel. To you they are given as a gift for the Lord, to do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. Therefore thou and thy sons with thee shall keep your priest's office for everything of the altar and within the veil, and ye shall serve. I have given your priest's office unto you as a service of gift. And the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. And the Lord spake unto Aaron, behold, I also have given thee the charge of mine heave offerings of all the hallowed things of the children of Israel. Unto thee have I given them by reason of the anointing, and to thy sons by an ordinance forever. This shall be thine of the most holy things, reserved from the fire. Every oblation of theirs, every meat offering of theirs, and every sin offering of theirs, and every trespass offering of theirs, which they shall render unto me, shall be most holy for thee and for thy sons. So we see more instructions going to the Levites how to carry out their duties and the priesthood. We're going to jump back to the Hebrew from verse 10. Hakodash, Hakodashim, Call Akwa, Kodash, Hayalaka, Verse 11 was Zalika, Aramath, Masinam, Lakal, Danopas, Banya Sha'alo, Lakar, Nasathium, Walabunika, Walabanasika, Aska, Lakwak, Alam, called Tawar, Tabiaska, Yakal Aswad, verse 12, called Harab, Yatzar was called Harab, Salaki Khalab, Darawash, for the gun, Rashitham, Ashar, the sun will like Yahweh come, Nasathim, verse 13, a warrior called Ashar, Baratzam, Ashar, Yabiyawa, like Yahweh come, Yahya called Tawar, Yabiyaska, Yakalur, verse 14, called Haram, Sha'ala, Yahya, verse 15, called Qatar, Raham, called Bashar, Ashar, Yakoryabwa, by Yahweh, by Adam, Baba Hama, Yahya, Makah, Akada, Yahda, As Bakawar, Adam, Wa'ath, Bakawar, Habahama, Hatsama, Takada, verse 16, Wa Paro Yahweh, Mabun Kadash, Takada, Ba'irika, Kasap, Chamashaf, Shaqualium, Bashakal, Hakudash, Asharium, Garah, Go'ah, and back to the English. In verse 10, in the most holy place shalt thou eat it, everyone shall eat it, it shall be holy unto thee. And this is thine, the heave offering of their gift, with all the wave offerings of the children of Israel. I have given them unto thee, and to thy sons, and to thy daughters with thee, by a statute forever. Everyone that is clean in thy house shall eat of it, all the best of the oil, and all the best of the wine, and of the wheat, the first fruits of them which they shall offer unto the Lord, them have I given thee. And whatsoever is first right in the land which they shall bring unto the Lord shall be thine. Everyone that is clean in thine house shall eat of it. Everything devoted in Israel shall be thine. Everything that openeth the matrix and all flesh, which they bring unto the Lord, whether it be of men or beasts, shall be thine. Nevertheless, the firstborn of man shalt thou surely redeem, and the firstling of unclean beasts shalt thou redeem. And so basically this is going down to saying everything that's given to the Lord or a sacrifice, that's for the Levites. The Levites got one job, that's the priesthood. And the things that are brought to them are for them to live. All the food, all the money, tithes, whatever, and it even goes to say that even if they're devoting the things to the Lord that you can't eat, you just redeem, send it back. And it's that simple. Everything that's brought to the Lord is for the priests to eat. It's for the priests to live. Verse 16. And those that are to be redeemed from a month old shalt thou redeem, according to thine estimation, for the money of 5 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, which is 20 gerahs. And back to the Hebrew. 17. Ach Bakawar, Shawar Wa, Bakawar Kashab, Hawa Bakawar, Eyes La'ah, Bakadah, Kodash Ham Ad Aftamam, Lazrat Al Hamazbach, Ba'ath, Chalabam, Dakotiyar, Ashah, Lariach, Naichat la Yahweh, verse 18. Babashar Mihaya Laka, Hakaza, Hatanopa, Wakashwa, Hayum Laka, Yahaya, verse 19. Called the Math, Hakurashim, Ashar, Yarayumwa, when Yasha'ala Yahweh, La Yahweh, Nathafilaka, Walabayaka, Walabayaka, Aska, Lakak, Alam, Rayath, Malach, Alam, Hayal, upon Yahweh Laka, Wazraika, Thak, verse 20. Yahweh run, Baratzam, La'ah, Benachol, Wachalak, La'ah, Yahaya Laka, Basukon, Anya, Kolaka, Makalaka, Baswak, when Yasha'ala, verse 21, Ormanya Warya, Ana, Nathaka, called Ma'ishar, Yasha'ala, Lakala, Kalak, Abidatham, Ashar, Hum, Abidatham, Abidath, Ahal, Mo'ad, 22, Wala'ah, Yakurabwa, Adwad, Ben Yasha'ala, Al Ahal, Mo'ad, Ash'ath, Chatah, Amawath, 23, Ibad, Awayah, Awa'ath, Abidath, Ahal, Mo'ad, Wahum, Yash'awa, Awinam, Sakwath, Awlam, Badarafikum, Wabaswa, when Yash'al, La'ah, Nakhalwa, Nakhalah, and back to the English from verse 17. But the firstling of a cow, or the firstling of a sheep, or the firstling of a goat, thou shalt not redeem. They are holy. Thou shalt sprinkle their blood upon the altar, and shalt burn their fat for an offering made by fire, for a sweet savor unto the Lord. And the flesh of them shall be thine, as the wave breast, as the right shoulder are thine. So that's telling Levites, whatever they bring you, a cow, a sheep, goats, burn it up to the Lord and then eat it up. All the heave offerings of the holy things, which the children of Israel offer unto the Lord, have I given thee, and thy sons and daughters with thee, by a statute forever. It is a covenant of salt forever before the Lord unto thee and to thy seed with thee. And the Lord spake unto Aaron, thou shalt have no inheritance in their land, neither shalt thou have any part among them. I am thy part and thy inheritance among the children of Israel. And behold, I have given the children of Levi all the tenth in Israel for an inheritance, for their service which they serve, even the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. Neither must the children of Israel henceforth come nigh the tabernacle of the congregation, lest they bear sin and die. But the Levites shall do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, and they shall bear their iniquities. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations, that among the children of Israel they have no inheritance. And that's where we're going to leave off this week. I imagine up here, Paul, which means horn. Yeah, young, which is wine. La Yasha'ala, which means to Israel. It's hard. I imagine in the room, which means stand, so I'll point out the dumb, which means turn to face east. We say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanaw, Swashamaya, Parashaya, Isupk, Yahawa, Wa, Zak, Aya, Aisha, Baratza, Wa, Aya, Shmaya, Thumna, Khum, Kali, Slachna, Slachna, Bayana, Masawan, Ball, Alshana, Mayun, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Malakwa, Ha'ala, Para, Alum, Aman, English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Pray for the power structure in the Hebrew. Barak Yahweh, Wa Yahweh, Wa Ma'aka, Wa Lahai, Zab Yahweh, Halawa, Hasuran, Hapatazim, Hachayah, Wahawah, Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh, the what I'm in the English. Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahweh and any angel. Commanding general. The general. Captain. The officer. The trooper. And the assistant. Yahweh. Name Yahweh. Thank you, so be it. Pray for the prophesied curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh. King of heaven and earth. And all things left. Yahweh, the name of Yahweh, listen to us now, right now, send evils and curses, punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the priests, the Israelite brothers in the school, send evils and curses, punishment and destruction to the heathen, shake loose, treasure of the rich of Israel. They refuse to give to the school. Force their riches. Went to rich thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses. Punishment and destruction to the heathen, the nation, the drug dealers, the courts, the prisons, Planned Parenthood, all the governments around Amalek synagogues, the Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, Skinhead, Posse Comitatus, the Gay Movement, lesbian, spy, works in witchcraft, NASA Space Force, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Wall Street. Open up the internet, any airway, cable access, the radio channel, convict the spirit, any of that people that seek to stop us, bring swift destruction to all the evil that stand in the West, or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth, and consume. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murder. Let Yahweh, Michael and Gabriel, come down with flying saucers and punish all the evils that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause to be known by all, and it is the angels that have done it. Cause to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake it back humbly in the name of Yahweh. Thank you always. So be it. Song face the front. I'm gonna give one courtesy salute, man of Israel. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak. Yahweh Shabbat. God's mitzvah. Dismiss.